Hello awesome people of the internet, I'm back with quotes of life, and this time it's really a great quote. I heard this on TV when a midwife was talking about the culture of smartphones on the maternity ward. She was talking about the issues that young new parents would have their smartphone in their hands just moments after their newborn was born. And in that, this quote came up. In an effort to hold on to some memories, you will end up missing those memories. This quote carries a deep and unsettling truth. It reminds me that no matter how much you're trying to make memories last forever, be immortal, go with you in the grave, no matter how hard you try those things, you're only gonna make it worse. The memories you try so hard to keep by getting your phone out and the first steps of the baby or whatever you wanna immortalize, you'll only see it through a screen. I did this myself once and I really remembered it when I heard this quote. 10 years ago, the Queen was in the city and I was standing there on the sidewalk waiting for her to come by. And I had my phone ready to take a picture. And when I'd taken 2 pictures, the horse ride was gone and all I got to see was the back of her head. And I stood there I just waited for the Queen for 45 minutes and now I missed it and now it's over and that was it. I'm pretty sure we all have some great examples that come to our head of times when we have been guilty of doing this. But this quote reminds me to be more conscious about just putting the phone away and not being so scared of forgetting things. Even though in 10 years, I'm probably not gonna remember 95% of all my memories, I will have remembered the 5% that was the most important, most defining for my life. And I will have been shapen by all the memories I have forgotten. They have left a trace in me, even though I've forgotten the memory itself. And probably about 50 to 60% of the memories can be recalled if you're sitting around with friends and you get to talk about, that time on that skiing trip, and you will get to remember a whole bunch of things that you had forgotten so many years ago. So there's really no need to be so scared to miss out just because you don't immortalize things with a picture. And also, a lot of times, for me at least, I don't know if you know about this feeling, but pictures kind of stress me out sometimes. They sit there on the computer and you feel guilty because you haven't sorted through them, you haven't got any of them printed or in an album, you haven't used them for anything, and you haven't deleted them. They are just there wasting your time, your energy, and your storage space. For no good reason, for no apparent reason are you keeping those memories or pictures. You're not keeping them for anything just because you don't have the time to get rid of them. And this fall, winter, I did a lot of minimalizing my home. Still not finished, but I got to go through all of my photos. And I had 25,000 photos because I'd gone to boarding school and we'd shared photos and, it sums up in the end. And I took the time to reduce those 25,000 photos to 250 photos. The 250 photos that I felt brought the most joy to my life, that I would want to remember, because there was a lot of hard memories there too, that I could peacefully say goodbye to while erasing those memories. Well, the memories are still there, but the pictures are not there to remind me. The memories and the harsh experiences have shaped me as a human, have toughened me up, and have learned a lesson again about the letdowns of other people and harsh times and puberty and stuff That's all within me. All those wounds are in me. But I don't need all the pictures to remind me. And I feel like that's okay. You gotta let something go sometimes. And even if you don't have a video of your baby's first steps, you can see your teenage girl walking now, and you can remember that it was just like yesterday. She only barely stood on her feet. Or like when your dog was a little puppy and it was so adorable and peed all over the place. Or the first time you walked into your new apartment and it was all empty and you were so happy for this new chapter of your life. You'll remember those feelings and probably also remember those memories quite vividly because they were happy memories. So this is just from me to you and to myself. Try and let go of this, what could we call it? It's not FOMO, it's not fear of missing out, it's fear of forgetting later. FOFO. Yes, that's what it is. Don't be such afraid of forgetting later, because if you don't experience it now, there'll be nothing to forget later. You'll have lost it already. Just seize the moment, take everything in, and don't be so busy just ticking away with all the photos. You'll remember anyway. And if you don't, just try and be calm and think like, that's okay. It's okay that I don't remember my entire life as long as I can say with an honest heart that I lived my entire life. And just to remind you what we were talking about in the first place, I'll just read you the quote once again. In an effort to hold on to some memories, you will end up missing those memories. I hope you liked this quote as much as I did. There's so much more depth to this quote than what I've just briefly talked about now, and I hope we can have a nice discussion in the comments about taking pictures, living in the moment, the balance between those two, and modern technology. It would be awesome. So if you just scroll down to the comments and write whatever came into your heart and your mind about this quote, then we can be wiser together, right? And until I will be back with another Quotes of Life and a lot of other great content, hopefully, I'll see you soon.